That band is so much more than just Aqualung, man. Jethro Tull, Ring Out Solstice Bells. 7:30, halfway through the 7 o'clock hour. Welcome to the Mornings with Ed show for a Monday on the all-new Voice of Laguna. An absolutely beautiful and gorgeous day. Enjoy your day, whether it's walking your dogs, taking a bike ride, going to work, and just taking a look and a good smell of how beautiful it is outside. Enjoy your day, and certainly keep it here through the entirety of the day. And if nothing else, then certainly during the 8 o'clock hour as we welcome in for the Artist Corner, Elizabeth McGee. That's about 30 minutes away. Unless you just crawled out of a cave somewhere, you know what happened yesterday around 1:45 in the afternoon. President Biden announced that he would not run for re-election and instead endorsed his running mate and vice president, Kamala Harris, for that task. And indulge me for just a moment, if you would, please. There are sometimes really super difficult times within a family structure. And many of you may have, some of you may have experienced this, many of you may have not. But if a family breaks up, if the parents separate in some way or divorce, and there are children involved, each parent has a responsibility to those children. And sometimes one of the parents might say to the other, hey, you know what? I'm having a tough time here. Maybe the kids should stay with you for a while. Maybe you should be the one right now to handle the responsibility of taking care of the kids because I'm having a tough time, whether it's financially or emotionally or physically, whatever. But here, the responsible thing for me to do is to let you take charge, let the kids live with you until and if I ever get back on my feet type of thing. And a responsible parent who loves their children will do that. We basically yesterday saw almost that same step from our current president, Joe Biden. That's leadership. That is patriotism. This is what it means to put your country first. It's like in baseball. You're a pitcher. You're pitching. You're kicking butt through 8.5 innings. But when your arm gets tired, you let someone else finish pitching the game. And for the 50-plus years that President Biden's been serving the public, his story has been about sacrifice and putting the American public first, including yesterday's announcement. We saw during the Republican convention last week, J.D. Vance, while introducing himself to the nation as the vice presidential pick for Donald Trump's campaign, said of his relatives that he has from Appalachia, this is our homeland. People will not fight for abstractions, but they will fight for their home. Vance, of course, is on shaky ground factually, first of all. Consider the American Revolution as only the first of many conflicts the U.S. has fought on behalf of the abstract ideal of freedom over tyranny. But since that speech, you got to keep returning to the subtext of what it was about there, that the GOP owns the mantle of American patriotism, which isn't really the case and hasn't been the case, though it's been a great idea of messaging for them. They've been able to message that. President Biden yesterday proved otherwise. In deciding to drop out of the race, he ensured that history is going to remember him for putting country over his own aspirations in the fight to prevent a second Trump presidency. He listened to voters and his party leaders' concerns about his age and infirmity, and he acted upon that. That's got to be a tough thing. You know, you sit holding the most powerful office on the planet, and you've got a shot, though that shot was slipping since the debate, and you make that decision. He's now done what the former President Trump never will. He's placed the nation's interest above his own pride and ambition. But political courage and love for country also come in the form of those leaders who saw the pitfalls of Biden's candidacy and spoke up, even if only behind closed doors. So in offering to hand over power in service of what he saw as the national interest, he struck that very stark contrast. And now, as his vice president, Kamala Harris, takes the lead in the November election for the Democratic Party, she will now, there is that stark contrast of choice that for many Democrats didn't feel they had that stark contrast of choice. You got two old white men running. Yes, there is a difference in them, and there was a choice there. But really, apparently, as of this morning, with $50 million raised just since 1 p.m. yesterday, it appears that Kamala Harris has momentum, and a momentum that Joe Biden didn't, a momentum that Joe Biden had lost 3 weeks ago because of that performance at the debates. So we will move forward, seeing what happens. We will always welcome your takes on it by text on the Text Connect on either side. And as always, we will address either side of those texts at 949-715-7062. 949-715-7062. But just as an observer from outer space, if you never had anything to do with anything on this planet, what you witnessed yesterday was leadership and patriotism in its truest form. 7:36 the time.
The most important conversations, the best entertainment, the Mornings with Ed show on the Voice of Laguna.